What's going on, guys? I'm Kyle.
And I'm Justin. We're co-founders of Hogworks, and we're here with the Dennis Kirk team.
Hogworks is a motorcycle brand based in the Detroit, Michigan area. We do a lot of things, most notably LED lighting, stretch saddlebags, fenders, turn signals, and most recently OEM color match bodywork.
We started Hogworks for a passion of entrepreneurialism. My business partner here, Kyle, has been starting companies since he was at a very young age, and him and I grew up together as close friends.
We basically met through our moms. Our moms are best friends still till this day. We met that way. I mean, he's a week younger than me. I mean, it's more of a brotherhood than anything, first and foremost.
So one day I called him and told him I was going to quit my job and we're going to start a company together. And that's essentially what was the catalyst to start this company.
Our dads are both avid Harley guys, and we kind of grew up in that. So we wanted to create a company that kind of appealed to the broad range of those Harley guys that wanted to do their work themselves. We really started by finding pain points in the industry that weren't being met. So the first thing we noticed was a lot of these aftermarket companies were doing like lower vented fairings. So they were selling these kits, but they weren't including the hardware. So we were like, okay, well, that's an easy product to do. Clamps and bolts and screws, and that was our first product, I think. And that was, way in the beginning. I mean, that was like the first thing I think we actually put online.
The Hogworks brand, actually, the name's kind of interesting. It actually leans a little bit on a company called Skunkworks. It's a part of a defense contractor, and one of their features or one of their influences is that they cut through a lot of red tape and get the job done when the government needs it, especially during wartime. We really like that kind of attitude of just, cutting through the fat and figuring out how to do it best. And the hardware speaks to it. Later on, we moved into LED lighting. There was a very strong need of LED lighting on motorcycles. That's obviously what really trailblazed our brand for us, is selling LED lighting.
The OEM color match stuff is kind of a newer product line for us, probably about 2 years old now, 2.5 years old. But we saw a demand for it. We were already doing vivid black and denim black, as well as unpainted parts. But we were constantly getting calls like, hey, do you guys offer this color? Or, I laid my bike down, I only need a left side saddlebag, or I want to replace both my bags, or I want to go to stretch bags. Do you offer them in my color? So that was a question we constantly were getting. And we have a great team of people there in our paint room. Jasmine is our head painter. She's amazing. She's been with us pretty much since day one when we started doing the paint stuff.
Yeah, we plan to grow our SKUs, but we want to do it in a way that's sane. We want to grow in a way that we make parts that are valuable to our customers. We're able to sell a lot of course, but we're also not overdoing it and trying to get into places where we're not going to succeed. We expect to keep growing that way. We also want to focus on the customer experience. So when a customer calls us, if we have parts for the rest of their bike, we want to engage in those conversations early on and help them build the bike the way they want to, instead of just selling it one part at a time. So I think there's a lot of opportunity at just using what we have right now, building upon it with extra SKUs in a sane manner without overdoing it, and then helping our customers get all the parts they need instead of just one.
Make sure you check out everything Hogworks has to offer on DennisKirk.com, especially our OEM color match products.